No farmers, no food. What will happen to our food supply if all our farmers decide enough is enough? Is this the future that awaits us? 4 generations. That's how long our family has worked this land, through the wars, the hard winters, the good years and the lean ones. This farm, it's more than just a livelihood. It's who we are. It's my father's legacy, and my grandfather's and his before him. When my father passed away last year, I knew things were going to change, but I never imagined it would come to this. The land, the farm, the machinery, the heart of everything. It's worth £4 million now, but after paying the new inheritance tax, I'll be left with just 3.4 million after the exemptions. The first million of that is exempt. What are we left with? The rest, 3 million, is taxable at 20%. That's a £600,000 tax bill on top of everything else. Money we just don't have. It's not just the inheritance tax, the new tax regime and all the restrictive regulations. It's making it harder to make a profit on the land. The cost of labour, machinery, utilities, fuel, it all adds up. At one time, I could grow food and turn a profit, but now the margins are too thin. Even with the land paid off, it's getting impossible to make ends meet. So, what are you going to do with the farm then? Sell it off to one of those big corporations. They'll turn it into a solar farm, or worse, some kind of carbon offset project. That's what I'm afraid of. Big corporations can afford the taxes, and don't forget the subsidies they get from green levies and taxes. But for a small farmer like me, I'm just not sure it's worth it anymore. Once farmers are forced to sell out to the big players, it won't be food on these fields, it'll be panels. And the land that's been producing food for centuries, well, it'll just be a commodity in the hands of hedge fund managers, maybe a solar farm. Clean energy that might not even stay here, depending on where the money comes from. If it's foreign money, it could just as easily go elsewhere. I've worked this farm my whole life, but I can't keep it going, not at these rates. I've got kids to think about too. They want to farm, it's in their blood, but it's not just about the money, it's about security. I need a way out, a way to live without working myself to the bone every day. And so, after weeks of thinking, of weighing the options, I've decided. I've invested in a buy-to-let portfolio. A letting agent will manage it for me. Take care of all the day-to-day stuff. Collect the rents. Make sure the properties are maintained. And I'll collect well over £10,000 a month. It's more than I've ever made from the farm. It's strange. This land will probably never grow food again. The farm is sold off. The future is clear now. Big business will take it. The land will be converted to something else. Something profitable for them, but not for us. And who knows if we'll ever be able to grow enough food again. The land that fed generations is gone now, replaced by a quick buck and a corporate promise. We'll spend our days at our place in the sun now. The letting agent handles everything. No more getting up at 5 a.m, no more fighting the weather. And that £10,000 a month, it's more than I could have ever made on the farm. I'll have a comfortable life, one where I don't have to worry about the next drought or the next tax bill. But what happens when all the farmers are forced to do the same thing? When every farmer sells out, the country will depend on imports, and that can be a dangerous thing. We've seen it before. World events can disrupt trade. If the supply lines are broken, we'll be in trouble. This country, this once self-sufficient land, will no longer be able to feed itself. I made my choice. I secured my future at the expense of those I was proud to once feed. But I can't help but wonder, what if the next generation doesn't have the same opportunities? What if this way of life is gone forever? A time when we grew our own food, when farmers like my father and grandfather could make a living from the land. Maybe that's just something we'll read about in history books. Maybe I did the right thing for me, but I fear it's too late for many others. Of course, this is just one scenario of the future. Let's hope things change for the better. Please like and subscribe for more videos.